like politics and shit like what we talk about, man. Because to me, I just look at it like, you're right though, as far as like the viewership, like our audience. I don't know. They want drama though. They want.
What about the one video I sent of the girls who were in the back of Macy's?
What happened there?
One of her friends stole out of Macy's and then they get into a fight.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
But yeah, we set it for another one.
We already live.
For sure.
We had to see up on these topics real quick.
We'll just start every episode out with them badass kids. every time start with them badass.
We keep showing that one. What's cracking, everybody? Yeah, come on in real quick. We about to get to this. This is gonna be a day where we gonna build on a lot of stuff. P, see if you can find that the shooting video too of Akron.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Stay with us. We about to get it popping. Call the show 937-991-0025. We'll be right back after this break. Give people an opportunity to get onto the live. Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops?
What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real. I'm about to just ask Boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops?
What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real. I'm about to just ask Boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah! What's cracking, everybody? And welcome to the Real Neighborhood News. We're going to come straight in with the story, you guys. Let's go.
Jailed Walker for a traffic violation. Exactly what it was is unclear, but Walker allegedly sped off, and a routine traffic stop became a public safety threat after police say an apparent gunshot was fired from Walker's car while cops were chasing him. Police say body cam video captured what they believe was a muzzle flash from the car early in the chase. Walker at some point abandoned his vehicle and the pursuit became a foot chase with 8 officers yelling at him to stop. This is video of what happened next, but we want to warn viewers it is hard to watch and hard to hear because it shows officers firing dozens of shots in a matter of seconds. The police chief says it appears Walker turned toward the officers in a way that led them to believe he was armed, but he's
Okay, now you guys watched that video, right? Now I'm gonna let you see another video. Let's see. I think no, not that one, not that one. This one. Here we go. Now that was the police chasing down somebody that was unarmed to kill him 60 times. Shot him 60 times.
Jalen Walker
fired
90
now,
times.
It fired 90, shot him 60. Now, here's another video of a mass shooter killing kids inside of a school, and the police are there. Let's see what they do, how they react.
Very disturbing to watch. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn has the story, including the angry reaction from the victim's parents over the release of the footage.
Leaked surveillance video of the Robb Elementary mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, is bringing more anguish and new questions about the police response.
Whoever leaked that video, I pray that you never have to deal with what all the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins are dealing with.
The video, obtained by the Austin American-Statesman, shows the gunman armed with an AR-15 style weapon entering the school, walks down a hallway. As a young boy appears around the corner, the gunman opens fire into a classroom for some 2.5 minutes. Police officers enter the building moments later and approach the classroom, but they don't enter and move back when more gunfire is heard. More than an hour after the gunman entered the school, officers finally break into the classroom and kill the 18-year-old gunman. Victims.
Okay, let's stop there, you guys, and then we're going to get some of you guys' take. First, I want to have it like, we'll talk about each story separate, and then we'll see how they tie in together, and then speak to the consciousness of how police handle black people versus how they handle other ethnicities. And I want to talk about whether the police that did not go in there and stop them from killing those kids, are they culpable in the murder of the kids that died? Like, so that's a lot of stuff for us to unpack. But Peanut, let's start with you. What you think, bro?
Let's start with Jalen Walker, man. I want to start off by speaking, man, R.I.P. to him and his family and everybody dealing with that. The community, everybody there. I mean, there's nothing good or great that comes from this type of thing. You know, my friend Dante Price was killed by, you know what I'm saying, what was it called? Off-duty police officers. They shot the car till it caught on fire, man. So whenever I see this, I have a very real sensitivity to it. I remember when I was working down at a place where it was the good old boys and it was just me, and they would speak on things all cavalierly, not knowing I walk around with this every day, literally tattooed on my arm. Every day I think about it. So when I see them doing that, it just triggers me to start off with. So a lot of times I'm going to be biased towards, I mean, they have a whole tool belt full of other things, but the gun is the first thing that they grab. That's one thing I do not understand. Why do you have these other attachments there? If you only have a gun, I understand you only pulling the gun. Like the brother well, not the brother, but the guy who came outside with the shotgun. If he would have come out there with something else, maybe that guy still be alive today. But if they're going for their gun first, to me, this already red flag. And I'll speak about the mass shooting separately. I want to hear a take.
I'm not torn, and the word you use, biased. I understand why you used it, but it's not biased. It's you want the right thing to be done. It doesn't matter who or that you lost somebody. You just want the right thing to be done, and oftentimes they don't. But I really want to get into the numbers.
Yeah.
90 shots fired. She said it was 8 cops. That's 11 shots apiece. You pretty much emptied your clip.
Yes.
What is that? He was definitely on the ground before he received 60 shots.
For sure.
So, I mean, it just talks to the foulness of at least that group within the police department. We see that kind of thing on a regular basis all over the country. And that's why the other day I said, and I kind of got a little kickback from it when I said there's no such thing as a good cop. I'm not saying there aren't people on the police force that are good people. But if you cover up this kind of thing, if you're interested in letting this thing ride with the people that wear the same uniform and badge as you, they shame this department, you ain't a good cop. You might be a good person, but you ain't a good cop. So, I don't know. Me personally, there's no excuse for anything even remotely close to this. And we've been going through this forever. The name, when I was old enough to really catch on to how bad it was Amadou Diallo.
Amadou.
We've seen it over and over and over where they drop 15, 20, 30 shots in a person. What is that?
Well, one thing that, like, we was kind of, before we actually went live, we were talking about just different people that we remember who have been killed by the police.
Yes.
Like right here in Dayton.
Yeah.
In Ohio, we started thinking about, damn, well, what about Tamir Rice? And now this guy here in Akron. And then they had the riots in Cincinnati, years back over police killing people. And and so it's Highland English.
Yes.
Like, man, like the Highland English, I don't know if it gets thought of as a police killing, but in all of our hearts and minds, that's definitely a police situation.
Right.
You know, and so we all like, damn, is Ohio the capital of people being killed? You got Dante Price, then you got my boy Tay that died, who is Dominique's child's father or children's father. You know, he got killed by the police. These are people that I actually know.
Yes.
And it's like, damn, you know, what can be done from our standpoint, like, in order to be better and not even be facing these type of challenges? Is it only solely because we're black and the police will kill you just for that? Or is it something that the people are actually doing when they're being pulled over to trigger this and make these things happen?
I'll take the lead on this one. My dad growing up, he real dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, he tell you the real world. He don't want you living out here in this fantasy world. I think a lot of people are told that everybody's equal and everything's like that. I mean, no, we're not. I'm exceptional at things that other people aren't. You're exceptional at things that other people aren't. Everybody's different. But when it comes to, like, police interaction, I was always told to just comply, go along with it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, take time to have your justice later. I've been arrested for things that, you know, I didn't do and things of that nature. I didn't go all crazy. I had my day in court. Or, you know what I'm saying, I got lesser punishment just based off me not escalating the situation. When you got somebody, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a police officer, but they got to buy into some of the negative stereotypes out there. And like, that's why I say that police need way more training. I think it should be a college course that they have to take, because if you have this false perception of what black people are, then you're thinking, oh, we're all drug dealers, we're all gangsters, we're all rappers, we all got Dracos, we all ready to pop the trunk, we all got weed in our car, we all doing this. It's going to make you look at us in a certain way that's going to make you treat us a different light compared to one that you feel, oh, well, that's just Jimmy and he just getting into it with his girlfriend, rather than, you know, it's a black guy you don't know that's out there arguing with his girl. And you thinking, well, this could escalate pretty quickly.
I want to invite a police officer to come on the show.
Yes.
I want a police officer to explain what they go through, how they are trained, and how these things are going down, in order for us to better understand their perspective as well. Because I don't think, we always do hear a lot of outrage that happens with the police, but we don't really hear the police explain where they coming from or how they're trained in a for real sit down conversation.
Agreed.
So I would like to get a police officer to, or you guys can call the show, 937-991-0025. Anybody that might be watching who has a police officer who is a family member or anything like that, spread the word and have them reach out to us, and we want to bring them on the show. And it's not to like pick at them or try to, you know what I'm saying, start shit with you.
Right.
We want to give you an opportunity to tell, you know, just the perspective of a police officer. And I'm going to be honest, man, like, I admire the courage of a lot of police officers to go out and do the shit that they do daily.
This is an amazing segue.
And I disrespect people who abuse their power and authority, as I'm sure all good police officers do too. You know, and so I think we all are on the same side when it comes to that. The problem is what Jamie or Rhoda brought up the other day is that police officers who don't go out and condemn the bad actions and tell on the bad actions of other police department, police partners and officers, you are complicit in the crimes that they commit by hiding it. You got to get them off the force because it's making all of you look bad.
Right. Oh, I got a question.
They commit by hiding.
Real Neighborhood News. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Sunday and
What's up, Tosh?
Good, Tosh. Love
I'm
Tosh.
all right. I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't count.
Oh
I
no.
honestly think we as African Americans have developed PTSD from the police.
Yeah.
Agree.
So I honestly think sometimes people get in situations where they don't intend to like run from the police or not cooperate or whatever, but it's just
Fight or
that
flight.
PTSD kicks in. And you know, like you said, not all police are bad people, but it's just the perception. You know, sometimes we hear the recordings of things they say when they don't think of cameras on them or things like that. So then
Yes,
you're
sir.
like, wow, is that how y'all really feel? And sometimes I think they use their power way too much.
Yeah, it's over
And I have
enforcement of the law a lot of times too.
criminal justice. So I got my associates in criminal justice in 2012. So when I did my internship, I saw a lot of stuff. I'll just say that. I just saw a lot of stuff, and it just turned me the opposite direction from becoming a police officer at all.
Wow.
Give us an example and then we'll let you go.
It's like a stereotype for real. They automatically believe that if they see a Caucasian on the west side of Dayton, they are instantly coming to buy drugs.
Right.
And they'll follow them to that house and, you know, sit back and watch that house. They have so many different stereotypes and just the signs that they tell you to look for when you're looking for a drug dealer. You really be like, wow. Like, gold teeth, dressed a certain way. It's so much that they want you to, that they defy as a drug dealer. And like you're not a drug dealer. You have your own business, but they would say you're one.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there are certain social behaviors that drug dealers exhibit, though.
Yes.
And
you are absolutely right.
Being honest with yourself, man, about these things in order to do good police work, it's got to be a tactic. Now, I don't think that they should go in and just, you know, pull everybody over that they see with gold teeth, because for me, a person that actually makes these, I know that people come in and put half down, the other half when they're ready, because they're working a job and that's how they get paid. And I know that mothers bring their sons in here and get golds when they just as a gift. And I know that all different types of people, we focus on blacks, but I do golds for whites. For other nationalities, I do.
How do y'all define
like older,
we
like
have a hip hop culture, so
right. But well, wait a minute. Gold teeth started as a function in order to help people be able to chew when they was missing teeth.
Nah. Gold teeth started as a function for people to be able to keep their money. They couldn't carry it with them. So that was the whole Mr. T gold chain thing.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as dentistry is concerned, they had it because gold was comparable to how a tooth was, and then they could just put it in to cover it up. I mean, and it might have looked nice, but all I'm saying is it's an actual function for people. And so I just don't want to get it misconstrued, but a lot of people that come, they might be hustlers. I mean, I don't know. I really don't ask people what they do. I never have once asked anybody what they do for their money before I sell them something.
Smart man.
Like, you know, I've never been asked. I've never went to any business and got ready to buy something and somebody asked me what I did.
Right.
Not unless I had on a T-shirt, King shirt, or something like that, advertising and promoting. So that's not something that we dig into when a customer comes into the shop. T-shirts, golds, any of it. But I do think that certain stuff is good police work. Other things is being, what's it called, racial profiling.
Through and see if I can find some of my old notes and stuff, and I'll send them to you and let you just
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be really interesting. And if you know anybody who actually did make it to be a police officer that you was taking those classes with, reach out to them, invite them so they can come on the show, and then kind of just give us some perspective on how police see things and how they see the community.
Absolutely. We have a nice civil discourse.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out to my dude Jordan and see if
there we go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tosh, and thank you for always calling.
For sure, man. We love Tosh, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'm actually about to jump on YouTube so I can comment. I forgot.
Hey.
There you go. Super chatters.
Hey, Tory King.
Right.
Okay, I got y'all.
I think that's we're gonna go into the math again. When it comes to the tactics, that's all fine and good. But 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. So you gotta. I think maybe that's the alert.
Right.
And then now you gotta read the message. And then now you gotta think about the message. Put it all together. Don't just assume. And I mean, what did I do to get pulled over? I hopped in my car with golds on. I wear more than one chain. You know, I got J's on my feet every day. It's hard-working people out here, and this is what they choose to do with their money.
Absolutely.
And there's other crimes that are being committed that's not being committed in the majority by black people too.
Agreed.
And I don't see them being racially profiled to try to see if they might be a pedophile, or if they might be a rapist, or if they might be a mass shooter. I mean, so you have to play this shit like based on more facts than just how somebody looks in order to like approach somebody and like detain them or take them off of their normal route.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what she was saying. And I don't know, man. I think that we need more black police officers.
I agree.
I think that we need more policing of ourselves, more discipline in how we go about our day, and just become more solid, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we could police ourselves by just doing the right thing, do you think that it would actually get better for us, or it's just we're being targeted and it's going to happen no matter if our behavior gets better or not?
So when I think about black police officers, man, it made me think about when I went to Nassau, Bahamas, man. And I'm in Nassau, Bahamas. I'm in the back of a taxi. They drive me to my place where, you know what I'm saying, like we get a chance to do the little thing or whatever. And it's predominantly ran by black. Like they are black, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, of that island. But so I'm literally in the back, riding down the street, and it's a lady police officer looking over me. I'm like, man, the police officer kept looking at me like I'm used to like that being something about to happen. And the driver said, no, man, like she probably think you're attractive. Like it's a whole different field. So to me, yes, but then you look at other places, other countries, there's gonna be corruption on any level. You know what I mean? And I just think policing ourselves would be the most we get a more bang for our buck off us. Make sure, you know, if you see two people having a dispute, you can intervene and step it down before somebody else who comes in who don't know your neighbors the way you know your neighbors. Like you may know your neighbor come out there and get drunk and he falls asleep in his front yard. The dude sitting there thinking, you know what I'm saying, he owns something else. You never know. But I want to pose the question to y'all. What is more insidious? The no snitching culture.
First of all, what does insidious mean?
So, like the worst version of this dialogue, right? So, the no snitching thing, right? Because like that negates us from us policing ourselves, saying no snitching. But then on the opposite end, you got the blue wall, right? So they're going by their code of I ain't snitching on my people,
right?
And then the Bible saying I ain't snitching on my people,
Yeah.
Right.
So what you think is the worst out of the two?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think the police not snitching, because that is a government agency and they're hiding wrongdoing. I mean, both of them is equally bad.
Bad.
But I think that it's more of the police's business to police themselves, because they are the actual police.
They take your money to pay.
Yeah, they're being paid to snitch.
Yeah.
Like they're being paid to tell about any wrongdoing. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to stop wrongdoing amongst themselves and in the
They
community.
get the training.
Right.
They got the weapons.
Right.
But if we policed ourselves, then we would not be worried about blue silence because we are the ones that are taking care of that before they get a chance to fuck it up and then say, "Oh, I ain't see nothing." When we could be the ones there that are diffusing and taking care of ourselves.
All people, not just black people, have to police themselves. And black people aren't the only people who get arrested.
I agree.
Black people are the only people who don't snitch on one
What does
another.
that look like? Us policing ourselves. We have our own precinct, the department.
And thank you. And there was a very wise statement right here. Jay said black people do snitch on each other.
Facts. Yeah.
So that's more of like a
taboo kind of thing where people say, "Nah, I ain't gonna snitch," and they go down there and they get a little Pepsi and a hot dog and they like
telling like a motherfucker. They tell on each other all the time. And it might be frowned on, I mean, just on Twitter. Like, it's fake outrage about black snitching. Because people snitch all the time. They do it. And for a lot of people who are not involved in these... And, like, if you're not doing a crime with somebody, but you witness a crime, is it okay to report it to you, Peanut?
Bruh, if I'm driving my car and somebody hit my car, I'm going to make a report so I can file it with my insurance claim. You need a police report to do that. Hell yeah. Like
if you've seen now, I don't know. This is where black people get in trouble. If you're driving down the street and you see somebody pow 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 shoot someone else, would you witness? Would you like call the police and say I seen exactly who it was and pick their picture out?
I'm removed from the streets. I have no problem telling somebody who's out here killing people because, again, the person that's being killed out there is my brother too. You feel me? That's my brother too. You just killed my brother.
Yeah.
And I don't care about people saying, "Nah, I'm not in the streets no more." I don't mind. I pay taxes, a lot of fucking taxes.
Call the show, you guys. 937-991-0025.
Don't do shit illegal around me.
If you just witness a crime, is it okay to report what you saw? A violent crime.
The violent crime is that's what I try to learn.
937-991-0025.
Man, woman, or child still in my neighborhood, out on my streets because I'm next, or it's my grandmother, or it's my,
Is that snitching?
It is snitching, but snitching is a word that we made. We attached it to something negative.
Is that snitching? No, I don't
Nah,
know.
man.
You didn't have nothing to do with it. It's snitching. But
That's not snitching. No. Snitching is if me and you do a crime together and then I turn on your ass. That is snitching. Because
the other one,
I'm not in
I
cahoots.
don't think that's necessarily snitching, bro.
Bro,
I don't think that's snitching.
Listen,
snitching, you're reporting a crime.
Wait. I seen somebody. No. Prime example, bro. The reason why people are hypocrites, right? I seen a nigga with a "Stop Snitching" shirt on after their people got killed on TV saying, "If anybody got any leads, please call the police." So you don't believe in not snitching when it don't benefit you. So it's fake, bro. It's a social construct.
I want to hear the community's opinion on this. 937-991-0025 or comment. Get us, super chat us, and we'll read your comment on YouTube, you guys.
For sure.
Is it snitching to just report a crime that you seen? Nah. Peanut says no. Jamie says yes. SMED as the tiebreaker. Damn.
Let's look at the technical term for snitching. Wait, there we go. Let's look at the technical term for snitching.
I think that's the problem. We it's a negative word. That's the whole problem.
It is.
It's not the action. It's a negative word. Somebody turned it into a negative word.
I wish. You know what? I think that this might be a good time to call
Chim
or RB.
Yeah, RB would be perfect. Yeah.
I wanna ask them. Reporting a crime.
Okay, I found the technical term.
We already know what Chim's gonna say.
So
let's see what Chim's gonna say. It's not.
Okay, I'm gonna read the technical term.
He's gonna say it's not snitching.
He says it's not snitching.
He's gonna say it's not snitching.
He's gonna say it's not snitching.
I'm about to read the technical term. Snitching is an act in where someone provides incriminating information to the police about the criminal activity of others so that the cops show leniency and punishment to the one who provided them with information. Okay. That is snitching. So,
okay, now I do not agree that it's snitching.
That is snitching.
If we use that technical term.
Right.
And I don't have a problem. I got a problem with the snitching.
Yes,
Trying to get off.
Yeah.
Right.
You got your ass caught up.
Right.
Your bad.
The snitching is bad. So now I ain't snitching.
So
I witness.
now we just freed all the black people from being able to go
Yes.
report the crime.
Report!
Let's clean up our neighborhood.
We can clean up our neighborhood.
Take back our streets, as Joe Biden said.
It's not snitching.
You're not snitching if you just
We clean up
report
our
a
neighborhood.
crime that you actually seen.
Yes.
It's not snitching.
It's not snitching.
It's
you
not.
can sleep tonight.
Yes. Yeah, you're not snitching by just reporting a crime that you seen. But if you are involved in this criminal
you trying
time,
to chop time,
and then you go
sit
and
down.
give information in order to get your time reduced, that's what snitching is?
Yes.
Yeah. Go sit
Okay.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling a nigga today, not a
We gonna get reverse canceled by the people who like damn by our community and shit. But
Nah.
you guys, I don't know. I mean, that technical term might be true, but in the hearts and minds of the
People.
community,
Man,
people
spit-
may not be accepting that definition. They like, no, motherfucker, you
Nowadays-
reported me to the police and you didn't have shit to do with this.
They be wrong also.
Right.
Wait.
Right.
And first of all, they be wrong when they use snitch like all cavalierly, like such as they'll say, man, dude snitched on me to the teacher. Snitching involves police. Tell somebody from the, yeah, you a tattletale if you tell them something that don't get nobody locked up. You a tattletale. You're not snitching. Snitching involves police involvement.
Yeah,
and I'm tattletailing on some man as soon as I catch them doing something.
Them niggas, hell nah. You go and tell on somebody of a higher authority, somebody with authority, and you report to them. For example, if let's say somebody didn't do a shirt in here, and I got to give them a refund, and I'm all mad, and somebody pulled me to the side, hey, you know that was T.
Right.
They didn't do that. T like, nigga, you just snitched.
That ain't snitching.
That's snitching.
That's not snitching.
Shit.
That's not snitching. It's like snitching involves police action.
I think that could be snitching.
What?
It's kind of the same thing. It's a hierarchy. The whole structure, the police, the criminal activity between the two people. Only y'all knew about it, and now you go tell that higher authority saying,
You can be snitched on at work.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hold on. Even if we apply the technical terms to it, though, it's got to be because I'm trying to get a reduction in my sentence.
Right.
So is he trying to get off of something by telling on T?
Okay, such as if he on some stuff like, man, you know what, man, everybody got to stay another hour in here.
Right.
And he come and say, man, listen, bro, it was T. Right. All right, bro, you get to go home early, and T got to stay.
Come here, Kylie.
Here you go, Kylie. Come on. Here you go.
Now look, we got a question for you. Wait a minute, let me put this camera on Young Queen. All right, Kylie, look. If let's say that at work somebody doesn't do a shirt and I end up having to give them a refund, okay? And I'm all pissed off and going off, and then somebody comes to me and be like, "Man, Kylie the one that took that order." Is that snitching? I don't know who messed up the order. Is that snitching? Let's say it's not here. It's snitching. Yeah, it is. It's snitching. So let me ask you this. This is another question. If you're walking down the street and you see somebody shoot someone, okay, and you get their license plate and you give it to the police, is that snitching?
Yeah.
That's snitching.
Yeah.
So she thinks that that's snitching.
That's what.
And so reporting any crime that you see is snitching.
Yeah, it is.
So like, what if you get into a car accident?
If you get into a car accident,
A hit and run, that makes it even better.
Yeah, a hit and run.
Or nah, the person is right there. They're standing right there, and you tell the police what happened in your car accident. Is that snitching?
Yeah.
God damn.
See, that's what I'm saying.
What?
You're the victim?
Yeah.
So if you get shot and you tell the police who shot you, is that snitching?
Yeah.
If you get if a woman gets raped and she tells the police officers that the person who raped her, is that snitching? No. What's the difference?
It would still be snitching, but in the right point, like you're able to snitch.
It's a charitable snitch offense.
Snitch for something like that, but you still a snitch.
See, in our head, it's got a negative connotation. Yeah, point blank. Yeah,
I mean, no, that's not right, Kylie. And I want to correct you about this because you don't know what a snitch actually is. A snitch is when you're doing a crime with somebody and you get caught and you tell on them to get your time reduced.
That is.
Or you tell on them in order to get yourself out of trouble. If you are doing a crime with somebody and you get caught and then you tell on them to get yourself out of trouble, that's what a snitch is.
Yes.
Or you don't even have to be doing a crime with somebody.
We was playing baseball in the house. We broke mom's vase. I'm not taking an ass whooping for you.
Benefiting from telling is snitching. If you benefit from telling somebody, you snitching.
If you benefit from telling them, so let's just say, for instance, me and you wasn't doing a crime together, but you did a crime, okay? And in order for you to get your sentence reduced, you say, well, don't forget, I know SMED be doing this and that. I can tell you some information about him in order to get yourself out of trouble. Now we're snitching. But for everybody watching and then to the community from now on,
This is a good social study.
we can change our community and start policing ourselves better if we had our own police force, if we all want to put that together, or if you see somebody do something that's fucked up and terrible and you get their ass off the street. Do you want somebody who is a known rapist to live next door to you?
There we go.
Right. I mean, right. How far can you take this to not call the police? I mean,
Right.
are you allowed to call the police in order to get this person help and get the ambulance coming? I mean,
Is calling child services snitching? Or somebody that is not taking care of their children the right way?
is it a
Not by
crime?
the definition.
Is it a crime to not tell the truth about something that you witnessed? So, for
you can
example,
perjure
like,
yourself.
let's say you say, I called the police just so the ambulance can come, and they say, okay, did you see anything?
Nope.
And you say, nope, I didn't see nothing, but you seen it all. Is that a crime?
Well, they can't compel you to even say anything. Don't get me wrong. They can't make you. I don't recall all of that. I mean, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not getting involved.
Pete Griselda went to the reader comments, bro.
Where's that at?
I got the police. I mean, I got the ambulance on the way. I don't want nothing to do with it.
What
You
is
go
that?
out.
Is a grill out there?
I'll take some. I'll take some. Spare. You got some more for me?
Oh, look, here, Kylie. I just found this. Sorry, you guys. Selling shirts, baby. T-shirt King247.com. We'll just keep that up there for some extra training. All right.
Well, wait. No super chat option. You need to fix that ASAP.
No super chat option.
Yeah, come on, SMED Joe. Man, get on your dean.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what it said. Latasha on there. And I don't see Griselda's comment.
It's down here at the bottom. I see it right here.
Yeah, I see it.
Tasha, don't be trying to get out of super chat. What you talking about? Right there's a dollar sign. You see, you got the emoji. That next to it, you got that support. Click that.
So and I don't see.
Love you, Tasha, man.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you
sure.
for real.
Let's get to the other video.
So we want to go with Joe Biden next.
The Uvalde shooting, so we can.
The Uvalde, okay. So this is that. Let's spend 2 minutes on that.
Yeah.
And do Joe Biden for 10 and be done
Yeah.
by 1. All right, here we go. Man, I'm ready to go in on Joe Biden, man.
Say that.
Joe Biden, man.
Whole Biden.
Joe Biden needs, and some of it is probably he's just old.
One thing about that Uvalde
Mm-hmm.
shooting, I'm trying to understand why that woman said whoever leaked that video as if she was mad. Whoever leaked that video, I hope you never have to go through or that kind of, I mean,
I think that she was upset
That the
because
unedited version was
they
out.
didn't want they didn't want the victims to have to see that again. Just through social media.
Right to be brought to the fact that those might have been videos that we didn't have. We didn't have that information, that they just didn't do nothing.
Well, I think the manner of it being leaked, and the family was told that they were going to let them view it before the public saw it, is what they said.
Yeah, that's what it was saying. Look at the police. What are they doing?
Being pussy.
They standing around here in there
Shooting,
They
kill
coming
children.
up with a game plan.
They've had phone calls. They know what's in there, where he's at. They know.
That's unbelievable, bro. What the fuck is you doing? And then they heard. Look at this shit. They walk down there, hear gunfire, and take off running.
It was parents that wanted to go in and get their kids, and they wouldn't let them.
Wouldn't let them.
You ain't doing nothing. I'm going to get mine.
Man.
Cause Texas too, I could have put on there with anything.
They wouldn't let them.
Look at this shit. They running down there. They hear them shots. They said,
"Look at these pussy, man. Look at these pussy."
Man, he was running fast as fuck right there.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
I mean, shit, man. I know that they was afraid though, man.
Why would you sign up for a job like that? What about your technical training?
He thought he was just doing it's a small town. They signed up to do good, quiet work, keeping peace and order. He ain't signed up for the damn.
They had
army.
they had an actual not a walkthrough, but they did an active shooter drill earlier that week at that same school.
What?
Yes.
The police did one?
Yes.
Wow.
Man, what?
Yes.
I say the hour is ridiculous.
Man, that's fucked up,
Yeah,
bro.
you know kids dying. That's what that gunfire is about. Y'all not
Right.
supposed to do nothing.
Right.
Moments later and approach the classroom, but they don't enter. Move back when more gunfire is heard. More than an hour.
With them
after
big
the
ass
gunfire
choppers.
school, 2.5 minutes. Police officers entered.
He was in there shooting for
hour.
2.5. Oh.
Well, it was an hour that they was out there that they didn't do nothing.
What?
Yeah.
So according to CBS News, the Texas law enforcement officials faulted for delaying the law enforcement response to a mass shooting, and the Uvalde recently completed an active shooting training course prior to the fatal incident, records show. As new information emerges, community members are continuing to question officials' response to the shooting that left 21 people dead, 19 of them being children. Literally, they had a full 8-hour walkthrough on how to do this.
Man, Tasha super chat for $1.90.
Let's get it.
Oh,
let's get it.
Man, thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. See, now we just getting our momentum rolling in the right direction.
There we go.
Super chats 2 days in a row.
There we go. But yeah, so that is factual. That's CBSNews.com.
So okay. So now the question is,
how come they didn't
should the
execute
police officers be charged with a criminal charge? Should they go to jail for not going in there and stopping the killing? Jane? Rhoda?
Should they be charged? That's tough. Man, I wish you wouldn't have came to me first.
Said it was more of them. Griselda been rocking with us all show. Hold on, let me.
I love Griselda.
Have we read any of her comments? Because she.
I don't see any popping up on
the first
mine.
comment that I'm going to read from Griselda, she said, "You're right, SMED."
Of course, that's the one you go.
They said, "There you go, SMED." Griselda, I love you. You are amazing. Thank you for just giving me all this love. The system was never built for blacks. Yes, it's their job to protect and serve.
Who?
Tasha Nichols said no. It's the police job to protect and serve.
Who? Protect and serve who?
Protect and serve.
Oh, there you go.
Corporation.
Whoever paying them
Corporation.
taxes.
No, that's not.
Oh,
who they-
corporations.
Yeah, that.
There go Griselda
they
popping
ain't
up now.
supposed to protect and serve you.
Going back old school is policing our community, looking out for our neighborhood. We need community meetings. Let's take
We do be having community meetings. People just don't show up.
turns watching our own backs.
I go to community meetings.
Why? She's saying that she feel like you should actually, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong. She's saying that it's okay for you to report a crime, and that's not snitching.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
I mean, like, where does this stop?
Who made up the? Like, I understand about the crime. I agree with the criminal
Right,
aspect that you can't be. You shouldn't do that. That shit is dead wrong.
Yep.
But who extended it to murders can just run freely in the streets? Rapists, robbers, like.
It was like that
Like-
in New York back in the 90s, though. I ain't see nothing. Everybody turned their head to everything.
But I think some of that I don't see nothing comes from the threat of you being killed as you trying to be a witness.
Agreed.
The intimidation factor.
Agreed.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean that you snitching. And it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You not.
Yeah, we ain't
Because-
gonna do nothing but keep going downhill this way. We already tried it. We've been trying it as long as I've been on this earth. It
Right.
doesn't
It
work.
don't make no sense. Now what I don't know, man. Like people gotta just we gotta do a better job of policing ourselves, man.
Yeah, because as you can see, we could put trust in police and they could falter. Like in this instance right
bro,
here.
Them police officers that did not go in that classroom and stop them from killing, should they be charged with a criminal charge? Do you think?
When club shooting happen, they don't charge the bouncers, even though, you know, like they are just contracted to work that. To me, I don't think you should be charged for not doing your job properly. Like, cause then we get into the aspect of, like, for instance, like there are other professions where people are responsible for people's body and their well-being, such as a doctor, right? So when a doctor shows any type of mess up or anything of that nature, you know, there's malpractice suits and things of that nature. But if it's gross negligence, they can be held liable and criminally charged. So gross negligence would.
Is that gross negligence what the police did? If that's not, I don't know.
Now this is why I'm still jogging through it, because it's like, if you just had training in this same exact school, you know the protocol already. We already gave you the game plan. You did not execute no parts of the game plan. No part of the game plan say run. You're supposed to be shooting because, for instance, you have a gun to shoot for the defenseless, right? If you are firing at this person, he's had to take that time and those bullets to shoot back at you. That's less bullets to kill people in this room. You know what I mean? So to me, that is a form of gross negligence to me, man. But you shouldn't be no police officer if you pussy, man.
I'm still on. I'm gonna stand on this square until a police officer, an honest police officer, comes in here and tells me different. I don't believe their job is to protect and serve you, human life. I believe their job is to protect and serve, if they're federal, the corporation of the United States, the corporation of Harrison Township. When you ride in and out of these cities, it says you are now leaving the corporation. Words is everything. Why does it say the corporation? Because it's a business.
Yeah.
That's what they protect and serve. Not you, not me, not Todd, not these kids.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they're protecting and serving their
so legally they ain't gonna do
their
nothing
land,
to
their
them.
community.
So I also want to add to, like, let's look at the history of policing, because policing is actually a newer concept, right? It started with slave catchers to the point where it's still in the same star they wear. It's the same star. So I'm inclined to side with you on that. I have to do more information on the corporation side, but yeah, I do feel like
the corporation should pay for their salary then, not me.
Right.
Right. So go Joe Biden.
Let's go to that Joe Biden. Roll that beautiful Joe Biden footage.
You guys, man, look, Joe Biden is becoming more and more incompetent, and all of these things are showing. And I think that I don't know if he needs to get impeached. Can you impeach a president for just pure incompetence?
By the time you get done with it, he probably he got so much dementia he'll forget to show up to court. Like, he ain't gonna show up.
I don't think it's called impeachment, but there is something in place, like if they are unable to,
he's not
unfit
fit
for office.
There you go.
It's something, I forget what it is, but
so
they can get him out of there just because
let's
he
get
ain't
first thing that we're gonna play is this. This is the weirdest shit ever.
Let's get it. Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Griselda was going in.
Griselda.
And to get hot, I got a lot. I got hairy legs that turn, that turn. And to get hot, I got a lot.
This is what can happen when Joe goes off script.
Jar.
And to get hot, I got a lot. I got hairy legs that turn, that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the bowl and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. And look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Wait a minute.
Roaches.
Kids jumping on my lap.
Okay, so Joe Biden is standing here, okay, with all these black kids, and he ain't talking about nothing that got to do with bugs whatsoever, and he says, I learned about roaches. And if you just look at this still shot of this video right here, he's surrounded by black people, but look at who he's looking at, man. Look at that little black boy right there, man.
That's what he calls them when he ain't in their face.
He calls them roaches when he's not in their
That's
face.
what
And
he
you
does.
say,
He
you
couldn't
guys are
help
being a
himself.
little harsh. He said, I learned about roaches. I mean, black, and he said, I got kids jumping on my lap.
Come back up again. And look at it. So
That's
I
what
learned
they
about
call
roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
He don't even know he said it, but he's so used to saying it.
Unbelievable. I learned about roaches.
Roaches.
I learned about roaches.
Look at it. So I learned about roaches.
Look at him. He said, look at him before he said anything. Go back one more time.
Look at him. Look at him.
Come back up again. And look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I love kids jumping on my lap.
And I love kids jumping on my lap.
Hey, yo.
Love
Pedophile.
kids jumping on my lap.
Right.
I love kids jumping on my lap. Unbelievable.
hanging
Let's
around
take a
with the
look.
Clintons
Let's
for a
take
long
let's
time.
take a look at Joe Biden on how he thinks when he's in his right mind, when he's clear
and concise.
It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting
Let's get the beginning of it.
or not. We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to have become socialized into the fabric.
He been fucking his boys up.
Right.
Whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons.
Pause it. I want to see his son.
Doesn't matter-
Wait.
doesn't matter that we made all these things.
Wait, he's
that
so
we
proud.
did all these things.
Look, he's so prideful in his son. I want y'all to see the son he's so prideful in.
It doesn't
Hold on, I
matter.
got you,
All this
B.
stuff don't matter that we did all this stuff to them. They got to be held accountable, not us.
Yeah.
Take on my son.
Yes, this is whole
Take
Biden.
on my sons. Take on my sons. Now, here is Joe Biden's son. This is why Joe Biden is so angry at black people, because he thinks that they came in and
Sort of like we voted for 'em.
destroyed his son. This is Joe Biden's son, you guys. Weighing up crack.
Make
at
crack like this.
0 to 7. Without the bag.
Make crack
this.
like this.
See, Todd, that is not no hotel looking like that. That's the track.
That's the oh yeah, he's in a trap house. We got the bag. Without the bag, he weighing the crack and knows.
He's an expert.
Not
Yeah.
he knows
make sure I
the
got
weight
all
of
my
it without the
crumbs.
bag.
Yeah, you feel
Look
me?
at all that yank, and they about to smoke that. That's about a
Yeah.
that's a half and a quarter.
We'll be
They
back
got.
in an hour.
She said, "So how long is that?"
I would love
How
to
long
met
is
him
it?
back in the day.
This is Joe Biden. Now let's go back.
I would have loved to met him back in the day, Smith.
So, right. But so here, listen to Joe Biden.
They must be taken off the street.
That's perfect, Ty.
There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I give myself 3 more minutes.
He need 3 more minutes, bro.
Literally have not been socialized.
Purposeful.
Like Jason, he told Smack to stop his time.
Look.
He told Smack to hold his time. I need 3 more minutes.
If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
By design.
Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
More jail-
Predators.
Yeah, more jail residents. By
In part
design.
because of its neglect created. Again,
By
it
us.
does not mean
You
because
forgot
we
that part.
created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them.
We don't care if we created them.
Yeah.
Who else could he be talking to?
Yeah.
Beyond the pale. And it's a
Beyond the
commentary
pale.
on society.
Beyond the white skin?
That's a bar.
Well, what you talking about?
Of society.
We have no choice but to take them out of society.
We don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point. That's the sad truth. I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it, notice it, and even when we notice it, we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system is the federal system.
Lock 'em up forever.
It's a shame we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a
Thank you,
consensus.
Taj. The crackhead son.
Look at him with the fucking Hail Hitler, with the fucking
Did he do that?
man. This motherfucker doing this, and this. The only thing he ain't doing is pushing that shit straight out, bro.
Cordon them off from the rest of society. Try to help them. Try to change their behavior.
Who is them?
We have drug treatment and we have other treatments.
Those that are not beyond the pale.
He talking about niggas.
Away from my mother.
No, I'm not being extra. I'm not being fucking.
Who else could he be talking
Bro,
about?
listen to what he said. He said
Them.
we created them. He said even though we created them, fuck it. We created them, but we can't feel bad about taking them off the street.
Right.
He said they're not part of the society. Bro, all of this shit is using code words to describe niggas.
Yes.
But he
Yeah.
got his point off.
Right.
And the brother that came in here yesterday that did 25 years on a non-violent drug offense in which he did not do is
Never got
the
an appeal.
product of this speech right here.
Yes.
He set this shit in motion to just take men off the street, black men off the street, forever, based on his son being a drug addict.
Right now, they ain't worried about me. Well, they might be now because I be doing all this talking. They worried about you. You the soldier. They worried about you. They want you off the street.
Man, bro, this shit right here is so unbelievable. And like Joe Biden said, if you like Donald Trump, you ain't black.
Yep.
To a black man, Charlamagne
Call
the
these
God.
black kids roaches. Did you see that? Look at this. He couldn't hold it back. He's standing around a bunch of black kids, and his mental, he's so used to calling niggas
Yep.
roaches
Yep.
that he just said it
just
on
came
accident.
out.
It just
Yeah.
came out.
He a dunce. It just came out.
Where is this shit at? Look at this falling off the fucking bike, man. Ain't this unbelievable, man?
He didn't even put his foot down like a kickstand.
Look at this shit. Look at this, Jay.
Blonde in the sun. Get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was training up, watch the hair come back up again. And look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
You know what I think? I bet you he was talking about his time that he spent with black kids.
Yeah, he was. Because
And
white kids ain't amazed by your white skin, your white hairs coming down. It would be the little black kids that was like, oh, we ain't never seen this before.
Talking about how his legs and all of that other shit. And he said from that time, he learned about roaches.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
And Jay, do you see he's surrounded by all these black kids right here, don't you? Yeah. So he's talking about his connection with black kids.
Right.
So I learned about roaches.
Yeah.
What if the black kids was talking about roaches to him, and that's the first thing popped in his head? Was like, what's a roach?
He was giving
what's a roach? Like,
he talks
what?
to his friends about black kids. He
Behind
calls them
closed doors.
roaches.
He does.
Okay, so do you think a millionaire sees roaches?
No.
Do you think somebody that wealthy and powerful is in a place where they're going to hear about roaches?
Not at all.
But if you go to an inner city, you're going to be around neighborhood kids, and he probably be talking to them like, yeah, like, why y'all do that? Or whatever. I mean, I'm only giving
they outside, bro.
I'm only giving a thing to say. I mean,
I got it. I mean, I understand. You know, it's
he didn't personally call him
on
roach.
the other side. But
listen to this. Listen to this shit. What man has
the
fucking
conversation led him to be talking about insects at that point?
What man has kids? Listen to this.
He was talking about hair on legs. When he was talking about hair on legs.
I learned about roaches. I learned about
Yeah, he a pedophile
So I
too.
learned about roaches. So I learned about roaches. So I learned about roaches. So I learned about roaches.
Look at this little black boy looking at him.
So I learned about roaches. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids.
They say, oh.
And watch the hair.
What if you had a kid jump on his lap and a roach fell out? I learned about roaches from kids jumping on my lap. A roach fell out.
He learned about roaches
from a kid jumping on his lap. A roach probably fell out that little kid's pocket.
I'm not going.
He thinks he's a
You know
god.
us as black parents.
He thinks
them was the
that
cleanest black kids in the nation on that day.
He knew he said the wrong word, but instead of saying excuse me and then change his sentence, he just went ahead and said kids.
Yep.
Because he didn't want like the tide to turn. Like, damn, you was talking about why are you synonymously like comparing kids and roaches.
Right.
That's why he didn't say excuse me. He knew he said the wrong thing. He even started his sentence over like as if he would have said excuse me. But I think he did that the way that he did for people to not have this conversation that we having right now. Like Joe Biden's a racist. Like throughout the whole time of him speaking.
Joe Biden is a clear and obvious racist, worst racist.
Right.
Don't give a fuck about niggas.
And I think that is
The
true
crime
for
bill shit said it all for me.
And I think that's true for a lot of politicians, not just exclusively for him. And then he's 79 years old. By the end of his term, he'll be 81 years old. I think that is something we should look at more often than just that. We have people who have old practices. Like, if you only ran your business the way you ran it when you first opened it, you wouldn't still be in business. You had to update with the time to change stuff. The reason why they demonize the younger generation because we actually are the innovative thinkers. We know what's going on. We on the ground level. He's not. Nobody been a millionaire for that long, and you now 79 years old. You got a wife that you know what I'm saying? Like all this is going on to where you are out of touch with what's going on.
You have to change how they do things. They can't get the kickbacks and they can't protect the corporations the same way because I say it all the time. Like as the generations go on, we get smarter and smarter and smarter. Y'all smarter than us.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
Absolutely.
smarter than us.
Absolutely.
And the kids that come behind you, they gonna be smarter than y'all.
Yes.
We gotta respect it. We gotta support y'all. But
I mean,
they don't want that.
They can be.
You take away their power.
They can be.
As a whole.
I think technology is advancing, and they learn from the older people, and they can advance it. But some of the shit that the kids are doing now, they're learning a lot of like they like learning bad shit. They're smarter at doing fucked up shit.
That's
I mean,
true.
and probably some good shit too. But I just
they're
saying
not
like
smarter at doing fucked up shit. We was way smarter than doing.
no man.
Man, come
the
on.
the poisoning of their minds, man, is starting at a much earlier age.
I'm saying we were smarter at doing it. We didn't need Lil Wayne to tell us real G's move in silence like lasagna. He watched us do it. They don't move in silence at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. But when I say they're smarter, I'm talking about their overall theme. They don't go for the dumb shit that the generations have been teaching.
No, I agree.
They don't
I
go
agree.
for it. I ain't on that.
I agree.
I agree.
It makes sense.
I agree. For sure.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree. But this video, when you put both of these videos together, the crime bill and then him coming through and saying, you know, the roaches, to me, it just seems like this is just his thinking. He basically was just calling us animals and unfixable.
Right.
And that's what you think about a roach,
Right.
a worthless life that's just disgusting.
Roaches are resilient. They're the only thing that will survive a nuclear fallout.
Well, that's what he think about black people. You resilient. You motherfuckers is still around. We done did everything in our power to kill y'all off, man, short of a nuclear fallout, and y'all still here. I learned about you roaches.
Yep.
I learned about you roaches. And the anger that he feels towards black people is misplaced anger, because black people aren't the ones who cooked up the concoction called crack.
Right.
Black people ain't bringing drugs into the community.
Right.
Like any of this shit that you're mad at black people about is your own doing.
But he admitted that.
And he acknowledged the fact that we created this shit. We created this shit.
And now we don't want to do nothing about it but control it by putting you into slavery.
Man, there's no rehabilitation in these
Constitutional
motherfuckers,
slavery.
so just slave them forever.
Yeah, constitutional slavery.
So if you
Slave
think
them
about
forever.
it, so let's turn that mirror around, right? Such as him saying they're unrepairable. He's the same way. He's 81 years old. He is stuck in his damn way. He's 79, excuse me.
Right.
He's still stuck in his damn ways. And then the fact is that information has been out there. And the fact is, people went to the polls and still said, I'd rather a president say he likes me.
I didn't.
Right.
I did.
Oh, I didn't say you. I said people in a large majority vote. But I'm saying, people say I'd rather the president be somebody that doesn't publicly say anything bad about me, even though he does, rather than someone that's actually like Trump had a platinum plan. I know it's a funny ass name because niggas like platinum, whatever. He had a platinum plan that was strictly for black people. What have we gotten directly from any Democratic thing?
I just think, and some of the things that you saying, P, is right on point. So that's why I just think like Joe Biden, and we got like a whole gaffe video of Joe Biden making lots and lots of mistakes when speaking. Like, for example,
Joe Biden, let's go.
Let me see this one real quick, and then after that, I'm getting out of here.
But you asked about the Kamala too. What you saying about Kamala?
Kamala needs to just take his place. But watch this. What?
Get something done. If you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Dumbass.
I'm ready to get a lot done.
We're gonna get a lot done. You seen that?
Okay, I just got one. Got me.
Look at me. Sleep. Come on, man. Look at this. Bro, like, let it. I'm done, man. All right, y'all, man. That was the Real Neighborhood News for Friday, man. Monday, we got the Cooks from who Bruce has accused of taking the money. They're going to come on the show Monday at 8 p.m. and tell their side of the story and refute all of the allegations that have been levied against them. So that's going to be real cool. Monday at 8 p.m. And then we'll also do our 12 o'clock news on Monday. P, what you got, bro?
Man, bro, thank you for everybody hitting me up recently, man. I'm sorry, I've been overbooked with the grants, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm doing the $50,000 inclusively for female grants coming up this Sunday on my Sell Stock Not Dope presentation. Nice. So be there at 8 o'clock p.m. I'm gonna tell you sisters how to get that bag, man, for sure.
Right. Rhoda, what you got?
I got to read one comment off of Facebook, and thank y'all for showing up on Facebook. We trying to get traction in y'all's comments, y'all's participation there is really helping, I'm sure. But Melanie Boxwife Parker said, y'all the only news I've been watching.
That's hard.
Right? Okay.
That's hard.
I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be a part of this and loving it. You know what I mean? But come see me over on my Talking Head channel. It's whatever. Replies and reactions.
Yes,
it's
sir.
whatever. Replies and reactions on YouTube.
And that's on YouTube. Sell Stocks Not Dope on YouTube. And, of course, the Legendary People Podcast. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notification so you can get alerted, man. We love everybody. Tasha, thank you for the super chat. And then we will see you guys right here Monday at 12 o'clock.
For sure.
Peace. Yes, sir.
You